Hey guys, so I pulled off the side of the road here in Benton, Missouri, traveling back from Tennessee. This weekend was really amazing. I just thought I would share and got to spend some time with some lovely, beautiful, beautiful people who I adore. And just was really, really good. Got some bread for my head, and what I love is the message was very, very clear all weekend. It was really amazing. So, one of the things that I did today was I got to spend some time with, hi Ryan. Hey Celeste. I'm talking about you, girl. So I got to spend the weekend with some lovely people, and I got to spend some time with a childhood friend and his family, Celeste, who just popped on. I was actually with her family, and this is just kind of a short little video about that, to believe it or not. But the message was actually pretty clear this morning. It was really funny. Hey, Chris. um, that, we have to kind of change our way of thinking if we're going to live the destiny that God really has set for us. And it's so funny that many of the things that were talked about yesterday in a meeting and then discussed over, a little fireplace kind of a meeting in a family's house. Hi, Bobby. This morning hey, Eddie. Hi, babe. So, some of the things that we were kind of talking about, I've been, some of the things that we were talking about, really, it was something that we saw everywhere. Like, it was just so apparent and evident to me all weekend long. We talked about the parable of the sower and how important it is to sow seeds of greatness, not only to ourselves, really, but into other people. And how, we're not responsible for what happens with the information that we put out there. Like, that's God's work, right? But we are to put that information out there. We are to sow love and kindness and goodness and tenderness and mercy and many, many things. Wrap our arms around people and tell them it's going to be okay. We're right there with them. We're fighting the battle together. We have to kind of know that whatever information we put out there for other people, it's not really up to us to make the fruit of that come about. Like, that's God's work. But I just thought so amazing how every message this weekend was kind of along the same lines. And I really, really enjoyed visiting church with Chris and Celeste. It was so beautiful. You guys, to have seen this, just warmed my heart how they have such a passion for God, and they're doing such amazing things in their community. Here they are meeting in kind of like a community center. They had a beautiful little setup, and then at the end of the meeting everyone kind of tore it all down and it's right back to a gymnasium. It's really amazing. Though I saw more love, more support, more genuine walks of faith in that small little area with, X number of people. Hi guys, Marcy, Brady. I know I've missed a couple of you. Then I've seen in, some churches that are 400, 500, 600, 800 people strong. And there was more movement of faith and people stepping out, and just, it was such a beautiful thing that I wish you all could have been part of it. But again, the message was really one-minded this whole weekend. It was just one-minded. Like, we just laughed about it. Chris and I kind of looked at each other down across the chairs like, are you kidding me? We just talked about this. But really, if we're going to step into the destiny, the design, the plan that God has for our lives, we've got to have a different line of thinking. And it was very core to everything that we did this weekend that you have to feed your head. You need bread for your head, right? You've got to feed your mind. You've got to feed yourself with good, positive things, because the world, there's just negative stuff. Bad things happen. Things that we didn't expect to have happen will happen. But if you're feeding your mind, you're feeding your soul, then you are able to better withstand those things. I talked about this earlier in another video, but that I posted. But it's amazing. There's two types of people. Hi, Caleb. There are two types of people. So when something bad happens, one type of person goes to the bottom of the pit. and it's like there's jello down there and they stick to it. I love this analogy. So instead of, getting out of the situation that they're in, they're just staying stuck. Like they're like lumped in with all of the bad, and they just can't seem to get out of it. And people will oftentimes try to reach down, with their hand and pull these people up, and sometimes they just kind of want to stay stuck and they want to wallow in it, and they don't want to really move out of that problem. And then there are other people who just, I got a problem, bounced off the bottom, bounced right back. Boy, I kept going through it. I grew through it. I went through it. Praised God through it. What type of person do you want to be? Do you want to be the jello sticker? I'm going to call that person the jello sticker. Do you want to be the jello sticker, or you want to be the person who bounces through problems? I mean, I know what I want to be. And at times we all are jello stickers, right? It becomes all about us. We want to get, grouch and moan about different things. And so we can all do this, but I think it's really important to be the ones who bounce through things, because we've got people watching. If you're moms and dads, we've got little people watching, right? And they're watching to see how we react to things. And so that's another really important thing for us to be able to kind of realize, is that people are watching us all over. I mean, on Facebook, I've got, you guys are watching me from a lot of different states, right? It's just, here I am in Missouri, having traveled from Tennessee, headed home to Illinois, and I have people who are looking in Ohio, hi Dale, Florida, Tennessee, where else? Wisconsin. So if I haven't mentioned your state, mention your state in a little comment here. But here we are, all kind of connected together in a common thread of a video, and that's pretty amazing. And I've got stuff popping up on my screen. But be not the jello sticker. Be the one who bounces through problems and grows through problems. But how are you going to do that? Well, one, you have to put good things in. Always constantly filling the tank up, because if you get to the point where your tank is Ohio in the house, hey Chris, if you constantly are just depleting yourself, then you don't have anything to give other people. And I think that's where I really want to go with this. Don't be the jello sticker, for one, because you don't want to stay stuck in your problems. But for two, if you do that, you have nothing to give others. And God didn't put us here to have nothing to give others. He put us here for a great purpose. It's not just about us, right? So I hope you realize that. If you haven't by now, we need to talk. But so, our whole goal is that we want to be able to lift other people up. And we want to be able to encourage them. And you cannot do that if you're the one who's stuck in the jello. So you've got to constantly put good things, sow good seeds of thought into your mind, be reading things to grow your mind, develop yourself as a person, develop your ability to grow through problems, develop your ability to be tough-minded, grow your faith. And that's really what I think we need to do. And so I find that 2017, I think, is just going to be a massive year of growth. We talked about this morning, Chris. It's going to be a massive year of growth for people, and I think that those people who kind of take on the challenge of, I want to personally better myself, and I want to double my efforts of what I can put out there good in the world. Well, in order to do that, you have to grow yourself just beyond what you are right now. So this is another thought that I had. Like, if we think that we are going to provide something amazing and good for other people that they're going to be able to utilize and grow off of, I mean, do we think we're going to do that when we're stuck down in the muck and the mire? Like, no, it's not going to happen, right? So in order to grow up other people and help them grow through their situations, we have to be really, really on a pathway of growth. I just got off the phone with a good friend, and we started the conversation out, and he was so upset about all this family stuff going on. And many of you guys can probably, hey Kelly, many of you guys can probably relate. He was just grouching about everything. And I kind of finally had to say, all right, hey, you know what? I think that this is just a test for you. Do you not see that this is just everything bad that can be thrown at you to see what you're going to do? Or are you going to stick in the jello and be complaining about this, or you're going to get out of it? And he said, kid, I really needed to hear from you today. He said, that's exactly what I needed to pull my butt out of this trench. And he said, you're right. He's like, this is just a test. This is just something negative being thrown at me. We're very big people of faith. And so he's like, this is just the devil throwing crap at me. And I'm going to realize it as such. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to claim that for my life. And you're right. I need to see it for what it's worth and move on. And so I know there's a lot of themes here today. I'm probably jumping around like a rabbit. Thanks for the thumbs up. But just so many thoughts like rolling through my mind that this weekend had as really core. And amongst those, one, don't stay stuck on the bottom of the Jello pit when you have a problem. Get out of it. Number two, grow your mind so that when the stuff happens that would try to get you to be stuck down there, you're stronger than that, right? Through God's help, you're stronger than that. You can grow through it. You can get above it. You can rise above it. Number three, you're meant to do that for a purpose because there's other people that you need to pull out of the Jello pit. So, and if you can help them see what's going on, yes, preach, right? I know. If you can see what's going on and you have the ability to help someone, I mean, do it. Isn't that what God put us here for? You know, help one another. Let's grow each other. Let's make 2017 a year of massive growth and development and amazing things that I think really kind of says, like, this year is the year that I step into my destiny. I'm going to throw off the chains that have bound me in 2016 because I know many of you have had chains this year. And it's just time. It's time to unleash that. You know, God has amazing things for us in store for this year. There's going to be ups and downs, right? I mean, we know that. That's life. But again, you grow yourself to the point where the ups and downs, they don't hurt as much, right? They're not as significant because you've gotten a stronger mind to grow through them. So anyway, hey, Craig, that's just a lot of randomness today. Maybe it kind of, I don't know, gelled up at the end and made some sense, but here I am. Hey, Sandra, I'm sitting at Boomland. I'm going to show you here. Let's see if I can be really good about this. Right, okay. Boomland, that's backwards on the video. I am at Boomland with the McDonald's and the gas station. Just had to pull off the road and get gas and go to the restroom here and give some thoughts. So anyway, hey, Carrie. You know, for what it's worth, I hope that this was something that you needed to hear today too. And it was just on my heart to share it. And anyway, 2017, grow your mind, get bread for the head, be able to help others pull themselves out of the pit. Don't get stuck in the Jello pit yourself. And let's make 2017 just an unbelievable year of growth. And for me, I usually like to say one other thing. I usually like to say, the chains that have bound me and bound others in 2016, I'm ready to just stick it in the devil's eye. Like stick, right, like that, in the devil's eye. And, all right, that's it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Eddie. All right, bye, guys.